Bismillah Rahman Rahim. Good afternoon, Assalamu alaikum, and welcome to Sports Extra. I'm your host Ahmed Nawaz with the latest roundup of sports today. We discussed the Asia Cup 2023 in detail. Now, a lot of us are disappointed because Pakistan versus India game ended in a no result, spoiled sport. It was rain that won this match. Of course, Pakistan did brilliantly well as far as their bowling was concerned. Rohit Sharma won the toss, opted to bat first. Pakistan making sure that they hang on to their nerves, got some early breakthroughs. Then there was a partnership shift of momentum with Ishan Kishan and Hardik Pandya scoring some valuable runs, more than 80 each for India, and that partnership made sure that India was again cruising. But then a comeback from Pakistan, some late wickets made sure that 266 were all out India. So that meant that Pakistan were chasing a target. Unfortunately, the rain came in, and because of that rain, eventually what happened was that overs started reducing, scores started reducing. The last situation was that in 20 overs, Pakistan would be requiring 150 to 155 runs or something. But that didn't happen as well. So there was no ball bowled from the Indian side, and the match ended with 1 point each for both the sides. That being said, we move on to some more cricket now. Nepal versus India is underway. This is a very crucial match. Whoever wins this is going to qualify. Nepal started off brilliantly well, but India has been absolutely miserable as far as their fielding is concerned. There were 3 chances down by, if you talk about Mehdi Hasan Miraz and Shantu, they were absolutely brilliant as far as their campaign is concerned. Both of them scoring 100. It was absolutely spot on when you talk about this game, and Afghanistan has got to get their work done now. I think if you're living in a bubble where you think that you're the best side in the world, and no doubt you've got talent, but you need to invest in certain criterias, and if that's not there, then you're going to struggle. Not every time it's going to be Rehmanullah Gurbaz. Not every time it's going to be your opener scoring mammoth runs. Not every time Rashid Khan and Nabi or Mujib are going to come with a late charge. You need a solid middle order, and at the same time you need some quality fast bowling, and some quality fast bowling in a sense that they tend to take wickets as well. So we'll discuss about this in detail, but right after this short break. Stay tuned. Welcome back to Sports Extra, and now we'll discuss things in detail. Let me first introduce the guest. I've been joined in studios by cricket commentator, broadcaster, presenter, and sports expert on Sports Extra, Asif Ahmed. Assalamu alaikum. How are you?
Walaikum Assalam Ahmed, I'm good, thank you.
Great to have you on the show. We've also been joined by cricket commentator and cricket expert Kashif Shabir. Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum Assalam, Alhamdulillah, all well.
Thank you very much for joining us. Now, of course, that Pakistan-India game is something to talk about. Although the match didn't progress completely, but I think still one side of the picture was brilliant for Pakistani fans. We've got this report by Fiza. Let's take a look and come back.
The crucial Asia Cup 2023 match between Pakistan and India in Kandy has been repeatedly impacted by rain. India was bowled for 266 runs against Pakistan at the Palkil International Cricket Stadium after winning the toss and chose to bat first. After India had fallen to 66 by 4 inside of 15 overs, Ishan Kishan and Hardik Pandya each struck 50 runs to help their side get back to the match. For the 5th wicket, Pandya 87 of 90 and Kishan 82 of 81 contributed 138 runs in 141 balls. With stats of 4 by 35 in 10 overs, pacer Shaheen Shah Afridi was Pakistan's best bowler. He claimed the precious health of Ravindra Jadeja, Virat Kohli, Hardik Pandya and Rohit Sharma.
It's gone! Slow ball from Afridi, and he's got Hardik Pandya. Not. Gone! Picks up another!
Naseem Shah, who was arguably the best bowler, took out the last 3 wickets to restrict India. For Pakistan, Haris Rauf and Naseem Shah each took 3 wickets. The Pakistani team that defeated Nepal by 238 runs on Wednesday remained unaltered. India currently has the advantage over Pakistan after winning 7 of their 13 one-day international matches at the Asia Cup. Pakistan has won 5 matches while 1 match ended in a tie.
There you have it, that report by Fiza details all the happenings of the game itself, and like I said, some beautiful moments, although it was just one innings and the match wasn't completed. Asif, what would you like to add about this game?
Well, that was a fantastic effort from Pakistan, especially stellar performances from Shaheen Shah Afridi, the way he started. You know that now this is his speciality to take a couple of wickets with his in-swing early on. Batters like Rohit Sharma, he managed well in a couple of overs that he used to play good shots on the onside in square leg area or whatsoever. He was coming up with the very nice with his technique. But you know what happened? This is the speciality of Shaheen Shah Afridi, bringing a couple of deliveries inside and then a couple of deliveries outswing. That was the major thing which you can observe from this pacer Shaheen Shah Afridi, that everything was fine with that delivery. And Rohit Sharma, he was so good with his technique. But a slight gap between bat and bat, that was the difference for the speciality of the Shaheen Shah Afridi that came in and no clue at all. He was so good with his front foot, everything was fine, perfect. But you know that in-swing delivery, that reminds me the speciality of Wasim Akram as well, the legend Wasim Akram. Then Virat Kohli, inside edge, you know, he was under pressure when you got out your captain on 15 for 1. And Shaheen Shah Afridi is coming with good pace, with good swing. And the entire team was supporting him with the fielding. And I think that when we talk about that your team won the toss and you're going for the batting first, then lots of responsibility on the Rohit Sharma being skipper. But you can't say that the bowlers like Shaheen Shah Afridi and Naseem Shah bowled splendidly well. His line and length was perfect and his pace was really, really nice, 140 to 145. Shaheen Shah Afridi was missing his pace in last couple of overs. In the death overs, it was around 135, 136. And that was the question mark for me, and I'll discuss later on. But overall, that was a fantastic show from the Pakistani fast bowlers once again. And that was the record in the Asia Cup, that all of the batters from the opponent side has been bowled out from the fast bowlers. And spinner, once again, a concern for Pakistan. And, you know, during that day, we were discussing that where is Imad Wasim? Yes, Mohammad Nawaz was there. Once again, his spin, either could he bowl those deliveries where he could get the partnership break? No. So I think the question is still there, that the Shadab Khan bowled nicely, but even then we require the partnership breakers there, and I think Imad Wasim is specialist for that.
Well, definitely, but I think as far as the ability to turn the ball is concerned, probably that rests more with Nawaz. Imad is more effective with the new ball. In the middle overs, he's not been that effective. So it's a mixed opinion. Obviously Imad wasn't in the squad, so you could have even gone with Usama Mir, as another option. But you know, obviously these are things that don't matter now since the match was, yes.
Can I add? All right, fine. I buy your argument. You're saying that the spin was there, and Nawaz was spinning well. But you know that 138 partnership, both of the spinners, they were not able to got them out. What does it mean? That they were managing well, they were playing well. Pandya and Ishan Kishan both were really good against the spin. So we require a spinner who could bowl straighter one and faster one, and that I think that Imad Wasim is specialist for that.
Well, we've been saying this for ages, that Pakistan's spin attack lacks the quality to provide wickets or a breakthrough in the middle overs. That's something that was done brilliantly by Pakistan. You remember the era of Saeed Ajmal, Abdur Rahman. That was a prime era where Pakistan was taking wickets. Not anymore. But obviously, like I said, had it been result-oriented, things would have been different. Kashif bhai, what would you like to add about the match in detail? First of all, Rohit's decision to win the toss, bat first, and the way Pakistan responded to that Indian batting attack.
I think it was a wise decision from Rohit. After winning the toss, he batted, and actually everything went according to the script. This is what was expected from the Pakistani pace attack, that we would, absolutely demolish the batting of Indians. But for me, the main concern is obviously spin attack. Pakistan has been lacking in that department, and the spinners, they have to bowl around 30 overs, so that is where the runs can be easily leaked, and this is exactly what happened. The other point of concern for me is the captaincy of Babar. You know, initially the pace attack, they were bowling pretty well, and we had 30 overs that were to be bowled among all the pace attack. But unfortunately, Babar managed to bowl only 29 overs, so 1 over was missing. I think there was a lack of calculation from Babar's side, so that is again a major concern. My third concern is the squad, the selection of 11 players for the team. When you can see that there is an overcast, the pacers, they will get the benefit out of the wicket. The situation is such that will favor the pacers. Why can't we include the fourth pacer in form of Wasim Jr. or for that matter Fahim Ashraf? If you are not so positive about your batting side, you could have opted for Fahim Ashraf instead of Wasim Jr. So that is, I think, a major concern. The problem is that in Pakistan, everything is according to the script. As it is scripted that the bowlers will do well. So again, it is a script that these 11 players will be included in the side. We will not change the winning squad. So this is again a major concern for me, because you know this Asia Cup is actually preparation of the World Cup. You're preparing yourself for the World Cup. Now if you have a plenty of players available at the bench, why aren't we using them?
But
Why aren't we?
I agree with you. I think if it was up to me, when we talk about our analysis of the situation, I would have definitely not gone with Nawaz probably. Fahim Ashraf would have been the better option considering what he did on those wickets in the last match against Afghanistan, because had we had another fast bowler in there, and Babar would have been very comfortable managing the overs, because he was worried about how to manage the quota of overs as well. Things would have been different, because that attack would have then choked the Indian side.
Ahmed, but who is going to tell all these things to Babar? And secondly, the last point that I wanted to make was that, Shadab gave runs at 6.38 per over, and Nawaz gave runs at 6.88 per overs, and Salman Ali Agha gave runs at 5.3. So, and we are giving only 4 overs to Salman Ali Agha and 8 and 9 overs respectively.
Well, I don't buy this strategy of not playing giving overs to an off spinner against a right hander. It's not the same situation anymore.
Yeah.
They were going to target him. You could have gotten wickets. You could have utilized those options. So I agree with Kashif.
No, but my concern is that once Salman Ali Agha is bowling well, he is restricting the batsman from scoring freely. But why aren't you utilizing Salman Ali Agha to the fullest? Secondly, why aren't you using Iftikhar? If Salman Ali Agha is performing well, he is bowling well, he is restricting the batsman, then you should have opted for Iftikhar Ahmed. Now this is what my concern is, that everything goes according to the strict rules, according to the strict script that every captain follows.
Absolutely, yes.
So you have to think out of the box. You have to be innovative about your ideas, because the world is all about innovation, and you'll be facing against quality competitors. So once you are facing against India, Sri Lanka, Bangladesh, New Zealand, South Africa, there you have to think out of the box. You have to be innovative about your ideas. This is my main concern. That the management who are sitting at the bench, why aren't they telling all these things to Babar Azam?
Absolutely.
Why aren't they
I
giving
think
their
that
mind?
needs to be clarified at a larger perspective. But Asif, something that we've not discussed, not just us, but I think cricketing media around the world has not focused on this point, that I've said this before, you're witness of this, that there are visible problems within the Indian cricket team. But because BCCI and Indian team is a brand, those problems have been suppressed. I was listening to former Indian player Gautam Gambhir on a private platform. He mentioned this. I don't know the timeline of it when it was said, but he said that the problem with the Indian cricket team is that instead of giving importance and recognition to a team, we've given recognition and importance to individuals. We've acted as and he said fans, media, everybody involved have acted as PR agencies and have probably publicized 3 individuals in Indian cricket team, and he didn't name them, but obviously Sachin, then MSD, and then of course Virat Kohli. And he gave an example that if 2 players are scoring a 50, if it's me and another player, he would be publicized and I wouldn't be. And I think that is the general problem we are seeing right now. Even for the sake of captaincy right now, even this game against Nepal, will come to that in a bit. Lackluster, no coordination. A couple of youngsters who have performed in Ranji Trophy and IPL have been given games but not been performing up to the mark. There's a visible struggle from Rohit Sharma to, teams need to look up to a leader and listen to him and idealize him, even if they're, at the age of a young Iftikhar, they're looking up to Babar Azam. But that's not happening with the Indian team right now.
Well, Ahmed, to be very honest, that I don't take serious his comments. especially Gautam Gambhir, if you talk about that, if you see his attitude on the field, off the field, he always,
Leave him personally. This argument does make sense. Don't you
fine.
think?
I mean, see that you're taking that serious, and I'm saying that for me it's not serious, because if you talk about Sachin Tendulkar, come on, they are scoring around 100 centuries in international cricket. Then you're talking about Mahendra Singh Dhoni. Do you really think that, does he require any sort of agencies?
No. He didn't mean agency. You're getting the point wrong. I mean that there were still, when Sachin was playing, there was Dravid, there was Lakshman. Saurav Ganguly was there as well. There were many players that were there, but we're talking about that the focus, the limelight, when it remains on one player, what damage does it do to the team and to the personal capacity of that player?
I think bringing this point, he is not actually telling what's going on. And that story you have told to the viewers on this platform, that something is going on, and it's between the captain and his colleagues. Like Rohit Sharma got his own team, Virat Kohli, you know that on the camera, on the screen, and on the field, they look like that they are united, but it's not like that. And this is what we have observed in the T20 World Cup in UAE, and after that, what happened in the Australia during the T20 Cup. Some journalists from the India, some renowned journalists, they were talking about that something is going on there. So Ahmed, I think I don't buy this idea from Gautam Gambhir. If you talk about and if you come up with the real statement, the real statement is that yes, Virat Kohli is a star. What he has done for India, fabulous. And if you talk about the Mahendra Singh Dhoni, he was a top-notch captain after Kapil Dev in India. So I think that some individuals like here in Pakistan, you guys always talk about that the Shahid Khan Afridi remains star. Why? On that time, Abdul Razak was performing. On that time, really cricketers like Muhammad Yusuf, Yunus Khan, they were performing for Pakistan.
But for
But
us, it's
Shahid
always
Khan
been a
Afridi
team.
was in the main line.
But
Why?
for us, it's always been a team, Asif. For us, I think throughout, even when Wasim Waqar were there, then like you mentioned, the era of Shahid Afridi, there are certain individuals, but the focus, they were winning as a team, they were losing as a team.
See, you have heard the stories of the dressing room of Pakistan.
No.
You haven't heard. Well, Mohammed, see, come on. Ahmed, this is.
Ahmed, if I may allow it.
Yes, sure.
Yes.
You know what? I think everything is fan pushed. Everything is media pushed. Now, if fans are more inclined towards, say, for example, Virat Kohli and Sachin Tendulkar, MS Dhoni, and if they believe that they are the gods, then everything will be, revolving around these personalities. And this is exactly what has happened. Secondly, it is all about the attitude, how humble you are, how you are being, taken as a personality. Gautam Gambhir is always taken as a rude person.
Yeah.
Tendulkar is always taken as a humble person.
Yes.
And MS Dhoni is always taken as a god. So all these things, they push the media to revolve around them, and media always fancy these kind of pictures, these kind of images.
These
because
gimmicks probably in the
gimmicks,
world
and
of
end of the day, it is all about economics. It is all about financial support, financial sustainability. All these things come from the inclination of the fans. Now, if the fans, they like to talk more about Tendulkar, they want to talk more about Virat Kohli, media will always be doing all those things. Now, if Gautam Gambhir want all these inclination to be pushed towards him, then he'll have to follow the footsteps of all these
of the
great
greats
players.
that have been there,
Exactly.
obviously, as well. But that defining moment would still be there, that the Indian team had a visible struggle against Pakistan. And a lot of people have posed this question: had the match went on, what would have been the result? Certainly what not Irfan Pathan thought. He was completely delusional. But I think Pakistan were in line to win this game. And I'm being very, very honest over here. I'm not picking a side. But Pakistan, because of the momentum shift, were clearly favorites to win this game. That being said, we come to the game that is taking place today. Right now, rain has played a spoiled sport again in Palakele. It was Nepal up against India, 175. There was 6 down. Rain again interrupted play, so it was trouble. But it was a mixed start from Nepal, Asif. But who would have imagined India dropping 3 chances in the early overs?
Well, India is struggling in the fielding as well, and today Jasprit Bumrah is not there. So Siraj and Shami, and then Kuldeep.
Shardul Thakur.
Shardul Thakur, they bowl nicely if you talk about the fielders. They are struggling. Not only they're dropping catches, but you can see some vivid effort in the fielding as well. And the lots of pressure after playing from Pakistan, that the Indian social media and the trawlers, they're just sitting and they're just talking about the performances of the Indian star batters like Virat Kohli and Rohit Sharma. So you know that when the star players are not performing there, then the team, they definitely it will become under pressure. And Rohit Sharma, lots of people they're asking this question. Now either would he be able to do the captaincy after the World Cup, after the Asia Cup? Once again, the Indian Cricket Board, they're in hot water. Because you know that right before the T20 World Cup in the UAE, Virat Kohli said that I won't be the captain after this World Cup. So these are the questions. These are actually your planning that the BCCI, actually, they're just putting their all efforts towards IPL, and they're just getting, money. And as Kashif Bhai said, that the economy, of course, the economical point of view, it's really important. Pakistan Super League, Lanka Premier League, Bangladesh Premier League, or
Kabul
whatsoever.
Premier League.
Kabul Premier League, of course, when you talk about the Afghans. So see, all these are the aspects. But really important thing is that the India, they got top-notch team of the test side. And now if they're not playing well, or they're dropping chances like this, dolly catches, especially, in the slip or somewhere else, then you must talk about that the think tank, as we asked this question to Pakistani think tank, that what they are doing, it shows that your question and your point which you said that there's something is going on, and the players, they're suffering they're suffering something mental pressure as well.
Absolutely. Even, from the management perspective as well, there are mixed opinions where certain individuals from the BCCI are coming to Pakistan, where one individual who's very well connected to the BJP through family and through terms as well.
Why you're not taking name, Ahmed? This is not fair. This is not fair. You would have to take the name.
I'm just building it up. So Roger Binny is in Pakistan, but Jay Shah completely wants to politicize the situation. And even today, there's been an approach by Mr. Zaka Ashraf to convince him to shift all the remaining matches to Pakistan, because Colombo is in flood right now. There is still rain expected in the Super 4 game, so we might have a spoiled Asia Cup. So I think it's disappointing. And there was another statement that came out, which was again refuted by a son of that certain individual, where he said that his father had not made that statement, but that statement making rounds was that BCCI is politicizing this issue. It's a game that we all love. So, it was something of a mixed opinion there as well. But that being said, Kashif, we've got to appreciate Nepal. I think they played really well. It was a nervous start, although 3 chances went down. Unlike something that you see from India, but frustration was clearly there.
Absolutely, there's no doubt about it. If you compare Nepal against Pakistan and Nepal against India, it is a totally different story. Pakistan demolished the batting of Nepalese, but in contrast, the Indians, they could not had that impact on the Nepalese batting. They performed really well. Now this shows the lackness of Indian bowling attack. Secondly, I think it is all about captaincy. The captain should be the one who is leading from the front. And in case of Rohit Sharma is not leading from the front. He is not performing. And once the captain is not performing, then he's always in the doldrums. And this is exactly what has happened with Rohit Sharma. I'm sure there's something wrong in the dressing room as well. The dressing room atmosphere situation is not comfortable for the players as well. So the Indian think tanks, they have to think about it. They have not been focusing on the overall structure of the team. Their only focus has been IPL. Everything has been revolving around IPL. The selection of the team has been around IPL, which is not good for the Indians. Secondly, they have been self-centric. On the Indians, they only play IPL. They do not go around the world. They do not play different leagues. They do not give exposure to their
sort of living
bowlers.
like in a bubble, probably.
Absolutely, absolutely. And this is exactly what is going to happen to them. See the last Asia Cup, the World Cup, all these international ICC leagues, they have not been, dominance of the Indian cricket. We have seen that the Indian, they do have the talent, but they don't have the exposure.
Absolutely, that's a very important point. But talking about somebody else, who seems to be living in a bubble and has not been able to perform is Afghanistan. Because we remember this game that was played yesterday. Now Bangladesh were absolutely superb, and Afghanistan fell about more than 80 runs short of that victory. But then again, had some decent partnerships in between. What went wrong, Asif, with Afghanistan?
Well, once again, that as in your intro you said that it's not all the time that Rahmanullah Gurbaz and Ibrahim Zadran, they're going in the opener partnership for 200 runs. Rahmanullah Gurbaz is such a player who played fantastic cricket in the past couple of months. Against him in Bangladesh, he scored stunning ton. And it was a very, very good delivery, the way he went out, but it came in. And then, you talk about when you're chasing more than 300, you require partnerships. There's the problem with the Afghani's middle order. If Nabi is there and if he's making a partnership with Ibrahim Zadran or the rest of the batters, he didn't show the responsibility. And as Kashif Bhai referring towards Rohit Sharma, that you require to play, up to the mark like a captain, like a skipper, as Babar Azam is doing, that he's performing. His individual performance is so good. So if you're not performing well as a skipper, the rest of the team, they will go down. And this is what is happening. And you know that if we talk about Rashid Khan, Mujibur Rahman, both of them, they're the match winners. But against them, if the Bangladesh team, if they scored more than 300, then once again, it's a question mark. Then the rest of the bowlers and the fast bowlers, what they had done actually. So the Rashid Khan, Mujibur Rahman, and Rahmanullah Gurbaz, Ibrahim Zadran, Mohammad Nabi, you got 5 match winners. And even then, you lost against Bangladesh. And if you see the track record, the Bangladesh, always they struggle against Afghanistan in ODIs. But yesterday, they played fantastic cricket. Their batter was so good. They were really, really good in the fielding. They have taken good catches, and that was the Bangladesh day.
Resh, Kashif, what would you like to add about this game? Bangladesh was superb. I think in that transition period, they're producing some good results. Afghanistan, clearly disappointment for them.
Bangladesh was superb. There's no doubt about it. But talking about Afghanistan, I think they lack experience. It is all about experience because Afghanistan has been focusing more towards T20. They have their inclination only for the T20s. All their major players, they are playing T20 around the globe. So this is what their criteria is. Secondly, I think they have not been focusing on their pace attack. They do not have quality pace attack available with themselves. Their only wicket taker is Rashid Khan. And if you do not give wicket to Rashid Khan, that in itself is a big achievement. And this is exactly what Bengalis did. And secondly, I think the Bangladesh players, they took the offensive right from the very start. And the change in the opening stand, that was also a commendable effort from the skipper of the Bangladesh side. Now, I think if you talk about the Bengalis, the Bangladesh team, they have to think about their veteran cricketers, about Mushfiqur Rahim and Shakibul Hasan. I think this is about time they should say goodbye to these two players and think about the new generation, the youth, and bring them in the cricket. I'm sure they're going to improve it. What to talk about their left arm fast bowler,
Taskin.
No, the other one, Shafiqul Islam. He bowled brilliantly well, and the way he swung the ball on both sides, bringing in and taking out, that was incredible. I think that was the main difference that created against the Afghani team.
That is certainly something that made the difference. Now we take your focus to women's cricket, where Pakistan women have beaten South Africa women in 2 T20s consecutively and have won the series 2-0. Of course, there's a third T20 still left. That becomes a bit ceremonial. We've got a package by Fizza. Let's take a look at this and then come back.
Pakistan women's team continued their brilliant form and won the 3-match T20I series as they beat South Africans women by 7 wickets in the second match at the National Stadium, Karachi.
That has gone! This victory, a historic series victory. The crowds are up on their feet, and Alia Riaz won the history of Pakistan women's cricket. Congratulations, Pakistan.
Follow the same pattern, 6-0 after the power play, similar to their score in the first match. Once again, the left-arm spinner Nashra and Sadia Iqbal did a fantastic job in restricting the runs and taking important wickets. Nashra got the wickets of South African captain, while Sadia took the wickets of Tasmin Brits. By the end of the first innings, South Africa's scorecard looked similar to the first T20I with a total of 150/3. After the early dismissal of young opener Shawal Zulfikar, the experienced pair of Bisma Maroof and Sadia Amin quickly formed a solid and dominant partnership. Their 68 runs collaboration brought stability and momentum to Pakistan's innings. This was followed by a game-changing partnership between Muniba Ali and Alia Riaz, where they scored 54 runs in just 29 balls. Pakistan's fearless and aggressive approach ensured that they remained in control throughout the game. In the second T20I, Pakistan didn't leave the target for the last ball like they did in the first match. The third T20 is scheduled for September 4, 2023 at 7:30 p.m.
There you have it. That report by Palvasha details the women's cricket games in perspective. 2 T20s, of course. And of course, what Palvasha did was highlight both of them. And in detail, we see that Pakistan women have been really brilliant as far as this series is concerned. So Asif, it's good times for women cricket because South African women's team is a very strong side, and of course the first time ever they're touring Pakistan. It was good practice, but they had some experience. It's a remarkable job by our girls in green.
Yes, that's right. I mean, congratulations to Pakistan women cricket. Remarkable day, said well. And I'll talk about a couple of individuals like Sidra Amin, the way she played last night. That was tremendous. And then Alia Riaz, you know, after winning that first game, even she was in tears. What does it mean? That they're putting efforts. And Nida Dar being skipper looks really good. You know, we had this discussion before that the Bisma Maroof already done so well for Pakistan, but now this is enough. And this is the time to give chance to new player to come up as a skipper. So Nida Dar is leading so nicely, and congratulations to Pakistan side. And I have seen a picture from Muniba. She was on the Twitter with her mother and father. Salute to you guys.
Well, certainly, Kashavi, great things for women's cricket ahead.
Yes, and PCB is taking it very seriously now. They have revised the contracts for these ladies. They have given them different venues for, you know, to improve their team effort. I think all credit goes to PCB, and the way these women, they are putting in their effort, I'm sure it is going to go a long way. And this is what, you know, is the benefit of all these bilateral series. Now, if you are having these bilateral series at home, you need to have them away from home as well. Now they need to tour Australia, England, play quality sides, improve their style of cricket, improve the quality of cricket. And now the good thing is that out of all the team, 2 or 3 girls, they are going to Big Bash women as well. So once they'll have the exposure, the experience from these leagues, I'm sure it is going to benefit the women cricket.
Definitely. It will. Asif and Kashif, thank you very much for joining us on Sports Extra. The fact is that the women's cricket team has been brilliant. 2 out of 2 wins in the T20 series with the third one to go. If they win that, it's going to be a clean sweep, and it doesn't end there. Then they've got 3 one-day internationals from the South African team as well, who of course are missing some of their experience. About 3 to 4 of their players have retired at a very crucial interval, but still pack enough experience with Laura Woolward, Sune Lewis and Marzan Kapp, who've got enough games under their belt to trouble any opposition. So I think that is something that they should look out for, and it's going to be a good learning phase as well. Now moving on, before we go, sad news was received from the world of cricket yesterday. Former Zimbabwe cricket captain, somebody who had tremendous service and was part of the greatest era of Zimbabwe cricket, Heat Streak, passed away at the age of 49 at his farmhouse in Zimbabwe. He was battling cancer, and of course his health deteriorated, and it was a sudden shock, not just to Zimbabwe cricket, but to the entire cricketing fans around the world. There were condolences from all over the world, former cricketers, former players, as far as people who were part of cricket in various capacities, had all sent out messages of love and condolences to Heat Streak and his family. We, of course, at this moment also send our best wishes to the family of Heat Streak. Like I said, if any of you have grown up in that era of watching the great Zimbabwe team, Heat Streak leading that pace attack was a treat to watch. We've got this report by INSA. We'll take a look at that, but that is all from me and the entire team. It'll be goodbye for now, but leaving you with this tribute to Heat Streak.
Heat Streak, the former captain of Zimbabwe cricket team and all-rounder, died at the age of 49 after losing his fight with severe colon and liver cancer. In the Facebook post, his wife Nadine Streak announced the news. In the early hours of Sunday, September 3rd, 2023, the love of my life and father of my lovely children was carried from his house where he had wished to spend his final days surrounded by his family and the closest loved ones to be with the angels. He left the park with other because he was surrounded by love and calm. Streaky, our souls are connected for all the eternity. Until I get to hold you again, she wrote. Our heartfelt condolences go out to the family, friends and fans of former Zimbabwe cricket captain Heat Streak. The official Zimbabwe champions wrote on Twitter, he will be sadly missed and his contributions to the cricket will always be remembered. Rest in peace. Fellow former cricketer Henry Olonga posted on Twitter, rest in peace Streaky. Pakistan cricket legends Wasim Akram and Shoaib Akhtar also reminisced about their interaction with the deceased. Akram called him a thorough gentleman and the generous host.